All right, folks, we are back here on WLTH 1370 AM. Hey, caller, what'd you hang up for? You know we got to come back to the show. Come on. Like, seriously, give us a call, 219-885-1371. That number again, 219-885-1371. Well, we talked about earlier, Rev, about the type of tensions that have been going on airplanes that have been going on over the last few years since the pandemic started. And seemingly even some celebrities have had an issue with anger with dealing with the type of it's not road rage. I guess it would be air rage, flight rage, whatever you want to call it. A video of an incident on a plane Wednesday appeared to show former heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson, repeatedly punching a fellow passenger after he would not leave the boxer, actor, and podcaster alone. It seemed pretty contentious there in the.
Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go stop back. Let's lose the horse, man. Hey, Mike, come on.
Well, I know you guys can't see it, but it appears that Mike is like really messing this guy up. TMZ has reported that the moment the fight went down on a flight that was scheduled to fly from San Francisco to Florida, a witness said that the passenger was overly excited upon discovering that he was sitting behind Mike Tyson, and he secured a selfie with him. But as the passenger continued to try to talk to Tyson, he apparently annoyed him enough to be told to relax. Now, see, this is the issue. A lot of people think that celebrities are not human. They think that they are, wind-up toys to be, sort of played with and used at their particular leisure, okay? Mike Tyson ain't that, okay? He was, like I said, he was the youngest heavyweight champion in the history of the world. This guy is not somebody to be played with. Definitely not somebody to be played with. You do not want to mess with Mike Tyson. Even now, I know he's close to 60 years old, but still, you do not want to mess with Mike Tyson, folks. The retired boxer allegedly then turned around to punch the man in the face multiple times, as can be seen on the TMZ footage. Shortly after hitting the guy, Tyson walked off the plane. Now, the victim, who could be seen with a bloodied face, received medical attention and has since contacted the police, although there's no word on whether an investigation has been launched. The video comes less than a month after he was filmed keeping his cool. Tyson was filmed keeping his cool when a man challenged him to a fight and pulled out a gun on him. Wow, like I don't envy that whatsoever. I don't envy that. Like I said, a lot of people seem to be losing their minds, and I think a lot of it's the pandemic. Maybe it's the sort of feeling that our society doesn't have any rules or something. That that the rules have sort of been suspended due to the pandemic. But you have to know that if you antagonize Mike Tyson, that you're getting beat down. Okay, and I can't understand why a guy would challenge Mike Tyson to a fight and pull a gun on him. Wow. And it was at a comedy show, apparently. At a comedy show. And shows Tyson sitting still while the man appeared to get more and more animated, which prompted the host of the event to tell the man to back off. That's when the gun was drawn and cocked, sending attendees into a brief panic. Tyson, however, sat there in silence as the man put the gun away. Again, I don't care how old Mike Tyson get, you do not want to mess with this guy. I've heard stories of him taking out, especially in his younger days, the bodyguards of guys, of whole teams, of whole sections of men. You do not want to, the man is a trained killer with the fist, okay? His hands are literally registered weapons. Okay. Like you do not want to mess with Mike Tyson to this day. But like I said, it goes back to the sort of entitlement that we have in our society when it comes to celebrities. Okay? That is just, it's really disrespectful for you to go up to somebody and think that because you've seen them on TV or because you've watched them fight in the case of Mike Tyson, that you have a right to pester them when they're probably just on a plane or at a restaurant and just hanging out with their kids just like anybody else. And you put the last few years of insanity on top of that and you get an unfortunate incident like this. I really do feel that something has to be done in our society to deal with the sort of the deteriorating sense of shame. And we talked about this earlier, Rev, when we talked about another story, Clarence Avant. His wife was murdered, and the idiot who killed his wife was recently just sentenced, I think a few days ago, to 190 years in prison. And I hope his dumb behind never gets out of jail. Okay? But we used to raise our children with a sense of shame in our society. That there was just a way, especially if you were black, okay? Like, I mean, I'm not, I can't say that I know too much about other communities, but in our community, we used to not want to embarrass the race in front of everybody else. I didn't want to act the doggone fool in public because I knew I was embarrassing my family, my mama, my daddy, my grandmama, my great-grandmama who was still alive when I was a little kid, and everybody else. Okay? Now we don't raise young people with that duty, that responsibility, that sort of belief that they are embarrassing everybody in their family when they act a damn fool in public. It really is disgusting on that level. I mean, it really is unfortunate to see, but like I said, Mike Tyson's not the first guy to snap after, being hassled.
Mm-hmm. He's just possibly the first one that was a former heavyweight champion of the world.
Right.
And it got recorded.
Right.
By amateur journalists, all longing to be the next Bob Woodward.
Yep.
And thanks to that great publishing agency known as Meta, also known as YouTube, they get their shot.
Yep. But a lot of this, the internet has spurred a lot of this because a lot of people think that if they do stuff that will get attention, that they will get on the internet. They will become, I don't want to say celebrities, but on some level a celebrity. And so this guy is getting a lot more of a lot more attention than he probably is worth because he dared to do something stupid and essentially pester Mike Tyson until he beat him down. And we as a society have to stop encouraging idiots like this. We really do. We have to stop encouraging idiots like this, especially when you're in public. Like I said, show some decorum, show some decency. Show the world your mama raised you better than that. Okay? Hopefully that he won't end up having to face any real charges behind this or anything because it appears that he was being antagonized by this person.
Yeah.
And there would seem to be another person who was filming it, so they might have set it up. I don't have any proof of that, but I'm just saying, it seemed like there were multiple people egging this on. We like I said, we have to do better, and on airplanes, in public spaces, we have to do better in acting in a civilized manner, Rev. That's why I said I don't envy you when you're going out there traveling on airplanes and stuff, because I can only imagine how the whole airplane situation, how tense those airports have become over the last 2 years. So have you had any incidents on air? Not like that. Obviously, I don't expect Reverend Campbell to start throwing punches on anybody.
Nope.
But you ever had?
You know what? I normally fly Southwest.
Right.
Now, say what you will about Southwest Airlines. One thing appears to be pretty standard about them. Their flight attendants have to have a very good sense of humor. At least one member of that crew serves as the court jester for the flight. Right. And then the pilot also seems to also have to have a sense of humor. So there's always plenty of people around who are, making the situation lighter, if you will. So I've never seen any flights where there was any, hostilities or, anything like that. And then I think most of the people that are traveling, they just want to get from point A to point B.
Yes, I can only imagine.
So, I can't help but wonder, was some of this situation a factor of the guy knew it was Mike Tyson?
Yep.
He wouldn't have done that if it were me.
Right.
I wouldn't have been as interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of this is about clout chasing, as it is called, folks. Clout chasing. A lot of these younger generation people are clout demons now. They everything they do is for the clicks and the likes and all this other stuff. We have to really nip this in the bud when it comes to dealing with social media in this culture. Oh, folks, just a little bit of levity in the middle of a heavy show. We'll be right back after this. Please give us a call on 219-885-1371. That number again, 219-885-1371. When we get back, we're going to go back into the politics stuff because recently an American politician did something very notable.
Really?
He told the truth.
That is notable.
He told the truth. See who it was and see what they said when we come back on WLTH 1370 AM. Scott and the Rev, 22 after the hour. We'll be right back after this.